This will be round 3 of the December challenge. This is an interesting hand. It's risky, but it has so much powerful stuff going on. I mean, and the Wall of Blossoms can ramp me into more lands. This is pretty difficult. You know, I think I can take my chances with it. Hard decision. But I think this is preferable to going to 6. Well, taking a mulligan is always a big risk here. And actually, the field for this challenge is much smaller than normal because of the closeness to the holidays. I'm actually, after a loss and a bye, at 5th place going into this round, despite having won literally 0 games. So really hoping I make the top 4, which is what we're cutting to instead of a top 8 this time. So the opponent made their decision. They're at 6. I'm going to play bird and end the turn. Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay. Well, they won't be killing my bird then, huh? Ooh, and I drew a land. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. So they're playing Balancing Act, obviously. I'm going to name Burning Wish because there's 4 of it versus only 3 actual Balancing Act. So, Burning Wish. Nice. Got it. Awesome. Okay. So with that taken care of, I probably want to hit the other diamond. Okay, let's consider where the opponent's going to be at. I could hit the diamond, or I could play a survival and then go straight into worm the following turn. As much as I'd love to take Lion's Eye Diamond. Or, I mean, they have no way to make white mana. I could take the Lotus Petal. That would be pretty good. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. More discard. Okay. Let's take that Lotus Petal, cut them off from what they don't have. If my luck holds, hopefully I can pull this out. Right? Putting the Lance of Diamond safely in play. Let's move to my turn. Nice. Okay. So I could play Duress. Let's think about the alternatives here. So I could play Survival, discard Wall, go get... Squee, I guess, then discard Squee and go get... I mean, yeah, I suppose it would probably be Tempting Worm just to try and close the game. And then on the next turn, I have 4 mana, so I could play Tempting Worm. No, it doesn't let me play my Tempting Worm any faster. I think I'm gonna Duress, just try and catch some value with it. Okay, so there's nothing there. That's fine. I mean, the window was really closing on on me getting value out of additional discards, so I gave it a try. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked that Spiley Oh, there it is. Okay, so my revealed cards are now accurate. Let's discard Wall of Blossoms. Go get Squee. Move to my turn. Nice. Discard Squee. go get... I mean, I guess I could do like Genesis or something. And then I could name Balancing Act with Cabal Therapy. Yeah, I mean, I've really got nothing better to do with the mana. I'll get Genesis. I should have played the Cabal Therapy first, but whatever. Alright, let's name Balancing Act. Abeyance. Okay. It would be useful to take that. It does cantrip. But for now, I'm going to discard and get Tempting Worm. Don't like where this is going. Was it quiet speculation, I would think? Impulse. So with Impulse, I mean, I don't know. I guess Abeyance can be played in response to my Squee coming back, which does help the opponent a fair amount. And they do need 2 white to play Balancing Act. Oh, but now they have 2 white. Alright, let's target Squee. Save myself some time clicking buttons. Let's see, before I move forward here, I am absolutely attacking with Tempting Worm. The opponent has Abeyance and they will be able to use it soon. So, yeah, what I want is, let's see, man, I'm so close to killing them with Deranged Hermit. They're going to have another turn afterward though. But still pretty good to discard Squee, go get Hermit, play Hermit, sacrifice it to take down Abeyance. Definitely better than killing Lion's Eye Diamond. They have plenty of mana at this point. Alright. In a pretty good spot here. Let's end the turn. Alright, just draw a go. Okay. So, I have a choice. I could go get Withered Wretch, which would be somewhat useful. I could go get Yavimaya Elder, which is good if they find their way into a Balancing Act. That's actually a really good hedge. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can't quite kill them. So doing some kind of defensive play, whether it be Wretch or Elder, it feels like it makes sense. Okay, so let's start off with the attack. I know I'm not boosting that power, so may as well get that out of the way. Puts him at 6. And I can discard Squee here. I'm going to read Balancing Act. I'm not sure if Masticore can... Oh, never mind. I would need a card in my hand to discard to it to keep it alive. I was thinking Regeneration might help me, but it doesn't. So, with that being said, yeah, it's all about Wretch versus Elder. So if they rip the Act or a Burning Wish, Elder is going to be what I want. If they get a Quiet Speculation, Withered Wretch is going to be what I want. So let's see. I mean, the Balancing Act would save them like straight up immediately, whereas Quiet Speculation would require that they draw the right stuff. Plus, they can't play 2 Deep Analysis anyway because I put them at 6. They can only afford 1. So I'm going to go get... Yeah, I'm going to go get Yavimaya Elder. And do I play the Waste? I mean, I guess there's some chance they would hold a card. I don't know. There's just... No, there isn't. There's no way I keep a land if they... There's no way I keep a card in my hand. I mean... So, yeah, just going to play that Elder and end the turn. Let's see what they draw then. Okay, looks like they just blanked. I feel like that choice was right. So, into the second game. This is not an easy matchup, so I'm really glad to have taken a game here. Mesmeric Fiend, I recently put into the sideboard over the comparatively less useful Tormod Script. Well, I guess less versatile. It would actually still be quite good in this matchup. They're both nice to have. But yeah, let's get some sideboarding done. I want Masticore out. A little bit of lag here. I might need to shut some stuff down. All right, now we're back in business. So Masticore, Baloth, both useless. Recurring Nightmare is probably not good here at all. Hermit is slow, but I mean, it kills the opponent, so I think I need to keep it. Genesis is nice just to have the options. Mystic Hypnotist is great. Muse and Vigilante are both good. Shredder I want in case they find themselves a worm token. I mean, a 6/6 can be pretty dominating. It only cost me a single slot to do this. Raintain's good. Elder is good as insurance. And Nox Spectre is good. Disruption. Wretch is great. Survival. Tempting Worm. Wall of Blossoms. Wall of Roots. Yeah, I think I want all this stuff. I could put in Naturalize to try and take out on the board artifacts, but I mean, I still have Vigilante and Orangutan, so I don't know. I mean, in this stuff, I can discard 2 Survival if I don't actually want to use it, whereas Naturalize will just sort of sit there. So, yeah, time to submit. Yeah, good hand. Really can't complain about that. Sweet. Always good to have Hypnotist ready to go. Let's play Birds of Paradise and end the turn. They're not so fast that I need to like play Duress or anything. At least I hope they aren't. Look at that. Yeah, well, I take that back. I really didn't expect it to be that extreme. That was a bit much. Let's see what they've got to flashback. A Deep Analysis. Could be worse. Man, I really should have played Duress, huh? I thought I was safe. Wow. Okay, well, let's see how I draw. I don't know, maybe it would have been right to open with duress. I don't know, though. I mean, like, it did work out for them, but it feels like declining the acceleration of Birds of Paradise on turn 1 might have been just, like, overly paranoid. Yeah, here I am blanking on land. But then on the other hand, I could have, on turn 2, played Wall of Roots into birds and sort of caught up quickly, so maybe it would have been right. It really didn't feel like it, but I suppose that may have been a mistake. But yeah, that was a lot of fuel out of nowhere. All right, let's see what they're getting. Hopefully I can therapy it. Breakthrough. Okay. That's an interesting card. Definitely very practical in certain situations. Notably, it helps them dump their hand when they don't have Lion's Eye Diamond. Let's see, we got 2 Roar, and that's it. Unfortunately, they can't naturally make green with anything, so they would have to... Oh, never mind. I was saying, so they would have to go up land. I mean, at least this turn, if they want to make a worm token, it's going to cost them. Huh. Double worm, okay. Nice. Yeah, that Lance of Diamond's pretty clutch there. So I need to draw extremely well into something involving Bone Shredder. Wall of Roots is the way to survive, so I'll just dump that. I mean, if it really comes down to it, I can block over and over with a squee. Yeah, I gotta take that. There's Duress. Let's play this Wall of Blossoms. Hope it draws into... Oh, it's pretty good. I mean, if I could play Deranged Hermit, I'm not going to be in a bad spot. Block one of them. Eat the 6, go to 2. Come on, land. Oh no. More action. This is horrible. I'm really in for it. Recoup. That was on Balancing Act. Nice. So now I'll only have 2 permanents and I absolutely cannot win. Okay, nice. Well, really got shut out there. Okay. Yeah, I definitely underestimated what was going to happen to me on turn 2 there. Let's see if this third game can go a little better. I'm going to reconsider my sideboarding for a moment. Is there anything that I want less than a Naturalize? I want all that. I want all this. I want all that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep it. Yeah, I'm not sending that back. They went to 6. That's super helpful. Bird and end. Hopefully I draw a land, but I'm still in decent shape if I don't. Alright, we got Ancient Spring, and they're hiding their lines of diamonds. So I have some choices here. I can be conservative and just play the duress, or I can play the Wall of Blossoms and hope to hit a black mana. I've got 10 in the deck out of 52 cards, so it's not the best odds. But then I have to think, how am I going to kill the opponent in a reasonable amount of time? I don't know. I worry that they'll have Quiet Speculation, and I'm going to regret not duressing. And yeah, the odds of getting a black is just not that good. All right, I'm going to hit them. They've got Impulse and 2 Deep Analysis. That's interesting. I'll take the Impulse, of course, and end the turn. Pretty slow hand for what that's worth. There's the Temple. And let's see how fast we can unroll things here. Okay, so I would have hit a lamp, but it wouldn't have been the right one. Yeah, we're going to do wall into survival here. Looks like they're really considering their options here. With Lion's Eye Diamond, it would cost them their whole hand to go for Deep Analysis if they wanted to go that route. Alternatively, they could they could sack both their lands to hardcast one. That can't possibly be the better move. I mean, they could sacrifice everything. Deep Analysis, and have the mana set up afterwards so that if they draw either Balancing Act or Burning Wish, they can wipe out everything. Yeah, it would be cast a Deep Analysis. I mean, yeah, I guess they may as well cast a Deep Analysis and then flash one back so they still have one left afterward. But it looks like they held back, so I'm going to, I guess, toss out this Bone Shredder for right now. How am I gonna close this out fast enough? I've got Mesmeric Fiend, which is, I guess, a little bit tempting. But I feel like they were considering Deep Analysis and not so much any other possible play. I mean, I kind of want to just go for Tempting Worm, then hope to draw a land and then double Tempting Worm. That would put them on a 2-turn clock. That feels like it's probably the best move. Alternatively, I mean, I could go after their Lion's Eye Diamond, but they still have more than enough mana. I could go for Graveyard Hate, but then they can still flash back one of the Deep Analysis. And if they hardcast one, they could get 2 goes out of it. Well, they could hardcast one, they could flash it back, and then they could discard and flash back the other one with me never getting priority. So Graveyard Hate doesn't seem like the way. Or I could go for Yavimaya Elder, but that's more insurance for when it looks like I'm going to win but I might lose. And here it looks like I'm going to lose, but I might win. So I'm going to get Tempting Worm and try to be aggressive. Fantastic. All right, let's play Tempting Worm. And which of these am I going to get rid of? I guess the Wall of Blossoms. Because if they, like, if they find some way to deal with my Tempting Worm, the Deranged Hermit puts them on a good clock. And if they Balancing Act, it's going to take my whole hand anyway. So it's not like I'll have Wall of Blossoms to help me recover in the aftermath. Alright, so that's 10 power. They're on a pretty fast clock now, but I don't have the power to keep them off double deep analysis flashback, so they've got a lot of fuel to work with. And here they are sacrificing lands, so it looks like this is going to be the turn when the action happens. Okay. Another diamond. I've got more than enough of that at this point. Okay, so end of turn, I'm gonna discard the Hermit. And I'm gonna go get... Yeah, this is difficult. I could get the Elder in case they find their way out of this. Alternatively, I could get Mesmeric Fiend, which leaves them with a bit less draw to work with. 2 fewer cards, specifically. And Mesmeric Fiend is the more likely way to do that, relative to Withered Wretch, which would also take 2 of their cards. But I need to rip black off the top. So it comes down to Mesmeric Fiend or Yavimaya Elder. Which do I want more? Probably Mesmeric Fiend, I would think. Is it better to... Man, is it better to stop them from trying to Balancing Act, or is it better to have lands ready if they do Balancing Act? This is really not an easy decision. So let's say they sacrifice everything. Yeah, they're going to be 2 cards deeper if they get that deep analysis. And let's say they do have something good to get. In that case, I take that, and then they still have 3 deep analysis to work with. It seems very likely that they're going to Balancing Act next turn, actually. I think I want to take Squee. And then use that on my turn for the Elder, most likely. Yeah, I probably should have waited to see what I'd draw before before considering those choices. Anyway, going to attack. And yeah, I guess just discard Squee. Yeah, once more I have to consider it. Do I let them get their get extra cards, or do I set myself up? I mean, setting myself up doesn't matter at all if they can find even a single Roar of the Worm to go with it. I think I have to get the Fiend. Okay, so Fiend is what I'm doing. I want to get Genesis first, because I may as well. And yeah, I'm just in a super vulnerable spot here. I mean, if they Balancing Act with my Fiend to play, they're going to get back what I take with a Fiend, which is not exactly convenient. Yeah, they're discarding. Okay. So that costs them a Lion's Eye Diamond, and that Deep Analysis is no longer available for them to hardcast. And yeah, they do have a Roar to the Worm, so if they found their balance, they could just Roar in the same turn most likely, and it probably wouldn't really matter. Oh man, did they just draw it? No, they got Burning Wish, but still. Oh, no, they didn't. Oh, they're just conceding in a creative way. Wow. Well, not really. They're playing Deep Analysis. Anyway, I'm just, I don't know. My nerves are sort of rattled from all this. Okay, so Deep Analysis 1, Deep Analysis 2. They've got the man in place to work with either Burning Wish or with Balancing Act. If all they have is Roar of the Worm, I still have my... Well, it's in my graveyard. I would have to get Bone Shredder back with Genesis. But they'd be in a terrible spot, so it wouldn't exactly be enough for them to come back. Double Worm. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm in a very good spot here. I can get my Shredder back. And then the next turn I can kill one of their creatures. It's too bad I don't have a second way to remove stuff. But yeah, it looks like I'm in a very good spot. Yeah, they see what's going on. They're conceding. Ooh, all right. Wow, what a match. It's always super intense against that deck. It's a very interesting deck and a really cool strategy.